All right, Kendall, we're here at the Edge. You got a training camp going on, but I guess more exciting is the NYC RTC.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, in fact, that's the premise for why we're here. Is promoting our New York City Regional Training Center and the Edge and NYC RTC. We're partnering up and making things happen here.
Cool. How did it come about?
Well, it's through Columbia University.
Yep.
Columbia is really kind of the people behind it are Columbia supporters, and so the RTC is going to, certainly a big piece of this is supporting Columbia wrestling.
Awesome. So who's going to be training here? Who's going to be coaching here? How often will they be training, and where?
All those questions.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, the short answer is, it's my responsibility going forward. It's going to be a pretty big challenge just to create a roster, have a team.
Yeah.
Right now, we are just bringing guys in. And we brought Russians in to work at this camp. With this camp, we brought some really high-level guys from the U.S. to train here. And so over time, it's going to be my job to create a roster, a team, a New York City Regional Training Center team. Not necessarily competing head-to-head with clubs, because what I see is that we'll have guys from clubs all over the country that will train out of here. So not so much competing, against clubs.
Yeah. To
have their guys here. Just want them to train here.
Okay. Valentine's on board, I believe, right?
Valentine is our women's coach.
Okay.
And he has already got commitments from Elena Perskova and Helen Marulis to move here. They've already moved here. So he's got the women's piece rolling.
Yeah, that's awesome. How is New York City compared to Dallas? Or I guess you're in New Jersey. Technically?
I would say New York City.
Yeah, we're right on the border.
Must well be.
Yeah, you like it?
I do. It is, how's it compared to Dallas? It is the antithesis of Dallas. It's so spread out in Dallas. Everything's so tight here, and just the sheer number of people, the population density, if you want to call it that. It's a big change. There's a lot of, the pulse is different here. Just when you're moving around, how you get around, it's just very different. But I also I enjoy it and I embrace it.
Cool. I saw Frank Chamizo and Logan Stieber. Did you get to watch those two wrestle all today?
I did. Yeah, Frank Chamizo, Logan Stieber, loved it.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chamizo in the Uber on the way over here, and I told him that Stieber was here, and he's like, oh. He loves the guy. Yeah. And so I wasn't surprised that they got caught up and wrestled. I was really surprised with Chamizo's energy. Yeah. It's freaking great.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And Chamizo, Kurbanaliev, world champion at 70 kilo, Badrudinov, junior world champion at 57, Logan Stieber, Chris Perry, Alex Geringer. Oh my God, Brandon Slay was here. There are several more, but it's just been a really cool experience the last week and a half on just getting around some really high-level guys, getting them ready for the U.S. Open, learning a few new things. It's really at this point when you're 2 weeks away from the U.S. Open, it's really not about changing anything big. It's just tweaking little things. And, but that's the part that I love. It really gives me energy to be around this.
You were coaching high school before this, right?
Yeah,
you weren't coaching senior level. I guess what I'm trying to get, what's the difference between kids, high school, and now working with senior level athletes?
Yeah, my main arrangement in Dallas was to work with high school kids. Yeah. And doing a lot of private lessons. And I was plugged into the senior level guys, the pro level guys, whatever you want to call them. But it wasn't on a regular basis. And with our U.S. teams, I went to the 2009, 2010, 2011 Worlds, but just kind of in the peripheral, right? And going to their camps, and so I wasn't fully engaged, and well, that's certainly changed, And I'll still have a hand in the at the high school level and the cadet and junior level, because a piece of what we're going to do at the RTC is to develop that level of kid. And so I will still be working with cadet and juniors a lot, consistently. Guys from around this part of the country, the New Jersey, New York area. I'm going to plug in real hard with these guys, these cadets and juniors, because they'll be the ones that are on our next world teams and Olympic teams. Yep.
So you're trying to build a roster. Are you trying to get people to move to this area? Is that the end goal?
Yeah. Come here, have a living arrangement, a training environment that we hope to be second to none. You know, our one really neat thing with Valentin Kalika being involved with us is that he has access to the Russians. Yeah. And we've already done that. We've already brought Russians over here and had them train us for 2 weeks. We're going to do it again and again and again, and then perhaps even having a set of Russian wrestlers, having them set up here where they train 6, 8 weeks at a time, bring some new ones in. Awesome. You know, so the plan is to have that international flair, which especially, you know, when you're talking about bringing guys over from Russia, you're talking about the best wrestlers in the world. And so, you know, I personally have a lot to learn. You know, just it's a different school of thought with the way they handle the wrestling. And so with Valentin, it's just such an interesting piece to the whole thing that it brings it. You know, well, it's just a unique thing that's tough to duplicate anywhere else.
Okay. All right, Coach. Well, appreciate it. Excited to spend the next couple days here and bring some good footage back home.
Glad you're here, buddy.
Me too. Thanks.